Hi, and welcome to Restore and Recover. This is another segment that is focusing on neck stiffness and pain, and we're going to get a little bit more into the upper back with the upper trapezius muscles. So I'm going to start with some myofascial release. You'll want two myofascial release balls, either yoga tune-up balls, I think trigger point balls, rad recovery, or rad roller recovery rounds, and tennis balls work great too if you don't have either of those. I'm going to have a block also that I'll place underneath my sacrum. So you could stack a couple of blankets or anything you have around, and it's not necessary. You don't have to have it. So go ahead and start lying down. Gonna, like I mentioned, I'm going to have this block under my sacrum. You might find that it's too intense and decide you don't want your hips lifted at all, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to place the balls right at my upper trapezius muscles, so upper back, and I'm thinking from the shoulders to the corner of the neck. So as you can see right here, the balls are peeking out the top of my shoulders. So if I place my hands right on my shoulders, I'm going to feel those balls peek out. And then just resting down, taking a few breaths here just to settle in, noticing what's there, and breathe naturally. Nothing forced or controlled. A very effortless quality of breath. Notice how those balls feel sinking into the upper trapezius muscles. And then you can stay still the whole time, or if you'd like some movement, use your feet, press them into the mat to shift your weight back, and then release. So you're just moving a very tiny bit, like an inch up and down. You might find some different textures there, like little speed bumps, adhesions. It might feel tender in some spots. Just know that if it's too intense, too tender, it's better to work around that direct area, focusing on the more indirect tissues and then helping to soften them. Now I'm going to go a little side to side. So I'm just moving my shoulders side to side slowly, and those balls are going now across the muscle fibers. And I'm feeling some pretty good speed bumps here. Again, we tend to hold a lot of tension in the upper trap muscles that cause tension in the neck, which can lead to headaches, unfortunately. I know that I do a lot of damage just with sleeping because I tend to always fall to sleep on my belly with my arms overhead, keeping my shoulders elevated. And so I think I overwork these muscles. It's nice to get a little release. Now, if you want to change it up, add a little bit of arm movement. And I'm actually spending a little more time here than we need to. You don't need to spend this much time, like 30 to 60 seconds. So you can circle out your arms like I am here. You can bring the arms by your side and then inhale to reach them up towards the ceiling and overhead. Maybe pause here. This feels like painfully good right now. And we don't want pain, but a good amount of release is always really nice. And then just bringing them down by the sides. I'm going to go through that a couple more times. And then I'll release. Make sure you're breathing too. You want to keep a nice, smooth, steady quality of breath flowing always. And last one, inhale to reach up. Exhale, float your arms down by your sides. I'm going to lift my hips up, take the block away, and then I'll go ahead and take the balls away. Coming up to a seat, however you'd like to get there. You might bring a blanket to sit on underneath the hips just to help lift and neutralize your spine. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders out. Feel all that nice warmth and cooling sensation, all of those good feelings from the release of tight muscles. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, twist to the right. Bring your left hand outside your right thigh, right arm behind you. If it feels good, you can place that right hand, the back hand, on a block, or maybe bring it to your low back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist a little deeper if you'd like to. And then on your inhale, you're going to take that back arm. That right arm is going to sweep up alongside the head as you reach up and over to the left. Maybe you just let that arm drape for a moment. Let it relax, let it rest. Feel a good stretch down the whole side body, even that expansion into your ribs as you breathe in. And then the contraction as you breathe out. I'm going to go ahead and extend that top arm again. Circle it to the opposite thigh. Both arms are crossed, and I'm just rounding my spine, tucking my chin towards my chest, my belly hollowing out. And I definitely get a nice stretch in the front of the shoulders with this one. Now on your inhale, keep your arms crossed. Start to sit up nice and tall again. Bring the palms together, or back of the hands, or maybe hands to opposite shoulders, whatever feels good in your body. Start to lift your elbows up and away from the chest, just about shoulder height, and breathe. Breathing in deeply, exhaling fully and completely. One more breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then release your arms. Bring them out into a T. Start to draw your hands back. Feel a little openness in the chest. And then we're going to circle the arms behind us. Bring the heels of your hands to the mat. So my fingers are pointing towards my hips. And then I'm pressing the heels of my hands down, lifting up through the chest, dropping my head back. So I'm feeling this in the front of the arms, the front of the shoulders, across the chest, and down the front of the neck, maybe stimulating the thyroid. And then slowly start to release. Sweep your arms up again. We'll take that twist to the other side, twisting to the left, right hand outside the left thigh. Sitting up nice and tall to breathe in. Exhale, twist. Maybe your gaze peeks over your back shoulder. And then inhale, take that back arm, left arm sweeps up alongside the ear, reaching up and over to the right. Again, you can just let it dangle, let it rest. You're still getting a really nice stretch down the whole right side body. Breathe into that. And out. One more there. Feels so good. Start to straighten your top arm. Circle it around to the opposite thigh. Arms are crossed. You start to round through your spine, tucking your chin towards your chest. Feel the belly hollow out. And just hold this for about 2 full breaths. Very nice. On your inhale, lift your arms up, keep them crossed. Find your eagle arms, palms together, back of the hands, or opposite shoulders. Elbows lift up and away from the chest. Feel that space across the upper back. So much good release here. And take one more full breath in and out. Go ahead and stretch the arms out, palms facing forward, draw the hands back, openness across the chest, and then circle the arms behind you, fingers pointing towards your hips. Place the heels of your hands down, lift up, open your chest, draw your head back. Last heart opener. And then release. Bring your hands to your thighs. Thank you so much for joining me in this very short restore and recover. I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day, my friends.